We turn to Hollywood now, and issues around the casting in a number of films have made the headlines this week. The family of Leonard Bernstein has defended the actor Bradley Cooper after the trailer for the biopic Maestro was released this week and attracted criticism over the size of Cooper's prosthetic nose, which some social media users said played up to offensive Jewish stereotypes. Meanwhile, the producers of a movie about the former Israeli Prime Minister Golda Meir have been criticised for casting Dame Helen Mirren in the starring role because she is neither Israeli nor Jewish. And the reboot of Disney's Snow White has also been trending on social media. The Latina actress Rachel Zegler was subject to racist trolling when she landed the role, and now comments that she's made about the original film and the direction of the new one have stirred up debate. Well, let's get into some of that debate now. We cross live to Los Angeles, where I'm joined by Sandro Manetti. He's editor-in-chief of Hollywood International Filmmaker magazine. It's almost like you're enjoying the debate, Sandro. Let's talk about Snow White first of all. What's the problem there?
Well, first of all, the reason I've got a smile on my face, it's going to be fascinating as a Hollywood watcher to see how far Hollywood wants to go down this road, because there's been so much debate in recent years about who can and should play certain parts. Rachel Zegler, so brilliant in West Side Story, a Hispanic actress, not exactly the traditional idea of Snow White. Snow White also replacing the traditional 7 dwarfs with 7 magical creatures. So, yes, it's very interesting. And then we have Maestro and Golda as well. So here in Hollywood, it's not just talk about strike, it's talk about casting controversies.
Yeah, and as we said before, you know, the controversy about casting Zegler as a Latina in the role of Snow White, let's face it, that's pure racism. But let's talk about the other individuals who were part of the original Snow White story, the 7 dwarves. They have not been recast as 7 dwarves. And it does raise questions, doesn't it? If you're going to mess around with a story format, well, then why bother with the reboot at all?
Exactly. But you could also say that stories move with the times. And there are so many decisions that go into these movies, creative decisions, financial decisions. And it's important also that cultural sensitivity should be considered as well. And that's pretty much what's at the heart of the debate over all these movies that we're discussing right now.
Yeah, because obviously the debate has been raging for quite some time, talking about the casting of straight actors to play gay roles, or perhaps not, in the case of Dame Helen Mirren, not casting a Jewish actor to play a Jewish role. Where would you say we are in this debate? Are we tired of it by now, or is it still raging as loudly as ever?
Well, I think it's important to listen to these concerns for sure and understand the different factors that go into these things. It's interesting to hear from the actors themselves. Helen Mirren ducked the question at the Golda press conference and let the director and others sort of speak for her in that one. But she is on record in the past about not wanting actors to be limited in what they can play. I mean, she said in the past, you know, if you're a gay actor, should you only play gay parts? Surely not, would be her argument, and so say all of us. And Bradley Cooper has also not commented on the Maestro controversy, but he has left it to the family, and I think it's very much in his favor in this argument that the 3 children of Leonard Bernstein have said that they are heartbroken by perceived misunderstandings in this. But you know, from Shakespeare's Shylock right through to Nazi propaganda, you know, the image of that sort of outsized nose has been a very consistent and unwelcome caricature for the Jewish community. And you know, there are some groups saying this is absolutely disgusting, others sort of understanding it. So yeah, it's certainly a hot debate at the moment.
You would need to have an awful lot of big name stars of a variety of diverse backgrounds, wouldn't you, if you're going to have each individual character played only by an actor whose traits, nationality, ethnicity, sexuality corresponded with the character?
It's why I mentioned before the financial considerations that go into casting as well. Bradley Cooper and Helen Mirren are big names who are going to carry these films in international markets. They are heard of everywhere, so that would answer that question as well. And certainly it's debate which continues to raise around a lot of films. Oppenheimer, such a huge hit at the moment. Cillian Murphy, certainly not Jewish in that title role as well. We can go back to Felicity Jones as well, who played Ruth Bader Ginsburg a few years ago. So yeah, this has very much been a hot topic, an increasing one, and especially as we come up to award season. These imminent releases, Golda is out next week, Maestro is out at the end of the year, but both of them are expected to figure in award season. And the controversy and debate and discussion around their casting, which I think is very welcome and needs to be discussed, will probably run all the way through to awards season.
Yeah, I certainly never want to hear another Hollywood actor hamming up an Irish accent in a movie. So that's my
No,
2
there
cents.
have been some bad ones.
Yes,
I think we're in agreement on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Sandra Minetti, editor-in-chief of Hollywood International Filmmaker magazine, thank you very much for joining us.